Okay, hello Neil. How are you feeling just before the World Championships?
Yeah, I feel really good. It's always nice coming up here and like seeing all the posters and stuff, around the venue and around the city of Sheffield. All the players sort of really enjoy, coming up here, and it's obviously our last tournament for the season before we have a couple of months break. So everyone is really determined to do well, and and it's always a really nice time of year to be playing. The weather always seems to be quite good here, and a lot of fans around the city, and the pubs and the restaurants all very busy, which makes for a fantastic event.
Yeah, actually we were counting players in the photo shoot, but somebody was missing. Obviously it was you. You came late a little bit.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes late. Yeah,
you're a bit famous for that one, right?
Yeah, quite often probably a little bit too calm and too laid back for my own good. I don't tend to sort of rush around too much, but I got here just in time. But Jack Lazowski and Judd Trump were much later than me, so they're the ones who are going to get into trouble.
Yeah, this season I think you have been the most consistent long putter, throughout the whole season. Like, you've already won 4 tournaments, but how do you think this affected your game and like your victories?
Yeah, I think that's been like a really sort of key part of my season, is that I've been very aggressive all the time. There haven't been too many times where I've tried to maybe be a little bit too cautious for my own good, because whenever I do that, I seem to allow my opponents to get like a stronghold in the match and gain the momentum. Where if you look at all the success I've had, particularly this season in matches, is that when I've played really well, I've been very aggressive, very attacking, and try to make the big breaks and stuff, which of course everyone likes to see. All the fans really enjoy seeing the big breaks and the quicker frames. So it's something that I've tried to sort of maintain throughout the whole season.
When people say like comeback kings of snooker, usually the answer is Mark Selby or John Higgins, but yourself has made really good comebacks this season and also throughout your career, but this season has been really impressive about comebacks, especially the two of them you made against John Higgins.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, both finals against John. I mean, I was 8-6 down in the English Open and came back to win 9-8, and the Tour Championships is something you only kind of can dream of as a kid, or even just myself, like watching old matches on YouTube or something. I think Stephen Hendry was playing Mike Hallett in the Masters and was 8-1 down or 8-2 down, I think it was, first to 9. And so you kind of watch those matches and you think, wow, wouldn't it be amazing to be a part of that match when you win? And luckily enough for me, against John in the final, I was able to sort of achieve something which you don't really sort of think is possible.
Yeah, I want to ask about one question about the final at English Open. So in the beginning of the second session, you lowered down your tempo a little bit, and like somehow you got lost completely. You got lost, and like I think this behavior, I sometimes see that on you when you lower down your tempo, when your average shot time becomes like 25, 26 seconds.
Yep.
You lose your rhythm a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly, and that's a really good match to point out, because it's what's happened here a few times in the World Championships. Is when like that, I start to kind of just not show the urgency when I come to the table and to keep up the tempo. I kind of maybe sometimes in those middle sessions where no one's going to kind of win the match in that session, sometimes I'm a little bit too relaxed and just kind of happy to just for the frames to be played in a certain way. And I remember that match against John in the finals that I noticed it was happening, and I was it happened for a couple of frames, but then at 7-5, I think 7-5 down, I was like, I know I'm playing too slow here. I knew myself. No one had to actually tell me. And then I sort of went back to kind of picking up the tempo again, and then what happened was that I picked up the tempo for the last few frames of the match and ended up winning. Very much like the Tour Championship. The Tour Championship, I think, was a lot more down to John's really good play. I think I didn't really get too many chances in the match up to that point. But the thing was that was really important is that when I had the opportunity to be aggressive and try and score, I did. I didn't refuse any long balls. I kept going for my shots and try to have a really good sort of tempo throughout the match. And again, once I get the momentum, I've shown that I can win 3, 4, 5 frames, in a row against even the very best.
English Open, I think Alexander helped you a little bit to overcome that problem.
Yes, at 7-5 he came into the practice room as I was hitting some balls and that, and he's like, "Come on, Dad, I believe in you. You still got this." I know you can come back. And he even remembers some of the comebacks I've had against, like, he goes, I remember when you were playing that Chinese guy in the final. He was referring to Chow Yu-Peng when I was 8-4 down and ended up winning 9-8 because he was there for the Scottish Open when I won it that year. He remembered that and he was reminding me of that. And then so it's just nice to kind of draw some inspiration even from your kids. He was only 11, and even in the Tour Championship when I was 8-4, he said, "Well done, Dad, on that break. It was a really good break. You can still win. Come on, we never give up." And it's just nice to, I think that that sort of shows how well I think Miller and I have done as parents to, raise our son in that kind of way that he can always kind of believe even if things aren't looking great.